Hi, and welcome to our program, KRPW, Local Look, a local town government news program for Concord and Carlisle. I'm Carlin Reed.
I'm Stefan Bader.
And I'm Peggy Wargelin. Today we will look briefly at these topics. What happened at the January 27th Concord Select Board meeting, and what did the Carlisle Board of Selectmen do at their January 28th meeting? Okay, let's dive into the first topic. What's new with the Concord Select Board? They met on Monday night, January 27th in the Select Board room at the Townhouse with a lot to discuss. The Select Board began by approving the consent agenda, which included a $200,000 gift from the White Pond Associates and 2 one-day special liquor license applications by the Concord Market. Next, they heard from the town manager, Stephen Crane. Crane said that the planning department is working on a grant proposal to create 3 business improvement districts, or BIDs, that would receive grant funding. These BIDs would cover the Thoreau Depot District, West Concord Center, and Concord Center. The fire department received a $10,000 donation from Middlesex Savings Bank for thermal imaging cameras on emergency response vehicles. Also, Concord's light plant was mentioned in an electric vehicle study conducted by the Smart Electric Power Alliance about residential EV rates. Chairman Mike Lawson noted in his chair remarks that the town caucus would begin after the select board meeting ended. He reminded the audience that the town election is March 31st. The board's February 10th meeting will include a discussion on the tax increment financing, or TIF, warrant article, and hear from the 2229 Main Street Committee, which has been working with the EPA on the cleanup of Concord's Superfund site at that address. Lawson handed out a 6-month evaluation form to the board for the town manager. Lawson said that school committee member Yuval Ehrlich has resigned his seat as of March 30th. The board voted to place this vacancy, which has a 2-year term, on the March 31st town election ballot. This means 2 seats will be open on the school committee. Next, the board considered the carbon pricing resolution, H 2810. A representative from Mothers Out Front spoke in favor of the bill, and the board voted their support. The town manager's fiscal year 21 budget was up next. Crane said that the town manager's budget was presented in a slightly different format this year than in past years. He suggested that 39 appropriation line items in the budget be reduced to 15 to provide more flexibility in fund transfers. The board agreed the reduction, but directed the legal services line to remain as a standalone item. Deputy Town Manager Kate Hodges explained the need for transfers from the Recreation Department and PEG access funds to the town's general fund. Crane explained the relation between the Recreation Department and the Tourism Office. The final budget book will be available online by February 4th and in hard copy by February 11th. The board discussed the sequence of the 2020 town meeting warrant articles with town moderator Carmen Reese. The board decided to put the school-related articles together for the second day of town meeting, and they reorganized the planning board articles. Then the board approved the town meeting warrant sequence. The board members gave their liaison reports, and the board extended the term of office for the Affordable Housing Trust Study Committee to May 31st, 2020. There were no public comments. The Select Board adjourned their meeting around 7:10 p.m. The meeting's supporting materials are available online. This meeting was videotaped and can be seen on the town's YouTube channel and on MMN TV, Minuteman Media Network, TV Channel 9. Okay, that's all for tonight's update on the Concord Select Board meeting of January 27th. Now on to our next segment. What did the Carlisle Board of Selectmen do at their January 28th meeting? For this report, we turn to Stefan Bader. Hi, Stefan.
Hi, Peggy. Thank you. The Carlisle Select Board had a full agenda at their January 28th meeting. On January 28th, the Carlisle Board of Selectmen met at the Carlisle Town Hall in the Clark Room. Chair Kate Reed opened the session with a discussion about possibly joining the Lexington-Bedford Veterans District. The board voted to join as a cost-saving measure that will serve Carlisle veterans. Next, the board had a general discussion about hauling trash. They heard from Town Administrator Tim Goddard that they may soon receive a proposed rate increase to haul Carlisle's trash by the town's trash hauler, Wheelabrator. Goddard noted that other towns are paying more than what the hauling company was asking Carlisle to pay, and that prices are rising in the marketplace. The board members discussed how to ensure the haulers sort the trash, how to make sure only Carlisle residents use the transfer station, and whether haulers should have a minimum permit system. The board members also talked about raising the sticker fee and keeping the swap shed in order. As part of the town administrator's report, the board appointed fellow member Alan Lewis and others to the Insurance Advisory Committee, and they approved the use of town property for Old Home Day on June 19th through the 21st, 2020. The board nominated several animal inspectors and authorized board members Reed and Lewis to be part of the dispatch collective bargaining negotiations unit. The board discussed their February 11th meeting agenda. The board members approved the amended minutes of December 10th and January 14th meetings and noted that the meeting on January 14th was not live streamed. The board discussed several potential town meeting warrant articles. They will vote on the final language on March 10th. The planning board is holding a public hearing on March 30th on articles dealing with medical marijuana facilities, a temporary moratorium on marijuana establishments, recreational marijuana facilities, and designating part of Church Street as a scenic road. The Board of Health may offer articles on joining a mosquito control district. The Conservation Committee may ask for $5,000 for a conservation plan for the cranberry bog. The board considered the need for a fall town meeting for a bog article and the master plan. The board reviewed the other proposed articles, including changing the board's name to Select Board throughout the town bylaws. Toward the end of the meeting, the board looked at the FY21 staffing levels and expressed concern about a proposed 2% increase in the school budget. The board touched on the town's hiring policy and the practice of regionalization. The meeting was adjourned around 10 p.m., and the board's meeting materials are available on the town's website. The meeting was videotaped by Minuteman Media Network and is now available online. That pretty much wraps it up, Peggy. Back to you.
Thanks, Stefan, for that report on the Carlisle Board of Selectmen meeting of January 28th. Well, that's all we have time for today on KRPW Local Look, your local town government news show for Concord and Carlisle. Please join us again when we look at another part of our town's inner workings, and let us know if you want to be part of future programs. See you soon.